beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, hello, and thank you for joining me. I'm excited on today. Anytime I get to sit down and talk about love and marriage, you can just kind of hear your heart just thumping because everybody's going through something, but many people don't want to talk about it. But my guest on today, honey, I feel like she's just an expert because she has this wonderful book that's called One Last Try. Sometimes you can't throw in the towel too fast. You just got to try one more time. And then the other book is entitled The Diary of a Hurt and Confused Wife. Some of you are saying, that's me, Tammie. I know God heard your prayer, so he sent this woman of God. My sister, I call her Miss D, but her name is none other than author, motivational speaker. Honey, not only are you that, but you are the first African-American woman in the state of Alabama to have your own online streaming television network. God is doing some phenomenal things. Miss Delendra, I love it, Peterson. Thank you so very much for joining me. Can I just touch all of this?
Yes, ma'am.
God is faithful, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He is so awesome. It's amazing how you, like you were saying, don't go past God. Just be still and wait. That's been me my whole life. I try to jump ahead of God, but God says, you know what, it's time for you to be still and let me do for you the things that you always wanted me to do for you.
Yeah, because he'll give you an idea, but it's nothing like the timing of God. You got to be still and wait.
He will. And see, I'm the type of person, I feel like I have to jump and build and get it done then.
So you don't want help from God.
No.
You just want to do it yourself.
No, but I learned better. I learned better.
Let's talk about some of those experiences, how you had to learn to just wait on him.
I mean, that's where the book comes from, Diary of a Confused Wife, because I was the daughter who loved to be loved. I'm the person who loves to have love and to be around affection and attention. And mother said, wait. Just wait, like you said, wait. And I didn't wait.
Mom said wait.
Mama said wait.
You wanted what you wanted.
I wanted. I was ready for marriage. I was ready for that love, that commitment. Mom said, wait, get finished with school first. You never know what could happen.
Wow.
Mom was right.
Wow. What was so, I guess you could say, rearing of him that drew you in when you had to go against what Mom said?
I don't know. I think it was just the fact that he gave me the attention that I wanted. He was something brand new, something I was running from my calling too. So he was something that was totally different from what I was raised from. So it attracted me, and I was like, yeah, it was it was like a magnet.
Right.
And
the enemy knows. So you were the church girl.
Oh yes, yes.
Okay.
I was the baby. I'm the baby of 4 kids. Always with dad, always at church. So yes, I was the church girl.
Church girl that the enemy said, I'm gonna get her.
That's it.
I know what she likes, because the enemy knows what we like.
He
He will present this picture. And then once you fall for it, it's like, uh-oh, what happens? So you marry him.
Yes, I did.
Tell us the story.
Got married early, at 19, didn't finish college. Mom was like, finish college, didn't finish. Went to A&M and ended up coming home. Got married without my parents knowing. My mom found out and ended up getting married again because Mom was like, no, we're going to have my ceremony.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And I was going down the aisle with my daughter pregnant.
Pause. See, if you would have listened to your mother, you wouldn't have been in these shoes.
I know.
Somebody need to hear that word right now.
Listen,
Mom always knows best.
She knows.
Wow.
She knows.
So how were you feeling when you walking down the aisle pregnant?
I was like, okay, God, what have I done? You know, because this is not what my parents wanted. This is not what they needed from me. My brothers always looked at me being a little sister who was smart, intelligent, and they expected so much, but I didn't expect that much from myself.
Wow.
That was the problem.
Wow.
Yeah.
Low self-esteem.
Definitely. Definitely.
And finding love in all the wrong places.
True.
Right.
You know, things happened when I was younger that caused me to feel like I was nothing.
Yeah.
But when people would see me, they would see a positive, a woman who had it all going on and everything was good.
Yeah.
Because that's what I presented. I was being fake.
Yeah.
So
looking back, would you say that your past was dictating what you were drawn to because of what you experienced?
It was. Everything that I went through when I was younger that my parents never knew about and I probably would never tell them about is what dictated to me who I was.
Yeah.
But I still had to be that quiet church girl that everybody knew me to be. I had to be the woman who could sing and speak and do everything her father wanted her to do, but inside I was trying to be something totally different because I didn't believe in who I was. So, you know, it was hard.
I just see that mask that so many women wear. You know,
Yes,
we
they
have the
do.
hair, the makeup, the lashes. You know, we have it all together. We're smiling, but on the inside, we're dying.
That's
And it's
true.
like nobody sees us, and we go home and cry. Was that something that you could relate to?
That was me. I was that girl. I was the girl that would sit in church. I was happy. I would go to school. I was happy. I was writing plays. I was doing plays. I was singing. I was traveling. I was touring. But inside, I felt like I was nothing. I felt like a darkness was inside of me, and it was even to the point my bedroom was just completely dark. And even now, I have to fight in my home to keep my home from being dark. I will close all the curtains, and something will tell me, no, open them up, let light come in.
You're right. There's no darkness here.
That's it.
Nothing
That's
but
it.
light, you know, the glory. And I'm
That's
happy
it.
today that you have on yellow. I'm a person of color.
Yay!
You know, and that's a ray of sunshine. You know, that God is the glory. You know, that yellow represents the glory. And that's exactly
Yes,
what I see
yes.
because 2-3 years ago when I met, you're not the same person.
No.
How has your life transformed from 3 years ago when we met in Alabama to where you are now?
Oh, wow. God still was transforming me then. You know, I was still trying. I was on my second husband because the first book was a mixture of both husbands. But I was on my second husband, and we were supposed to be singing, and we were supposed to be doing so much. He has a calling on his life, and he's running, I'm running, and God was like, you know what, both of y'all not gonna keep running.
Right.
And even when you met me, I accepted my calling, but I was still trying to like, okay,
A little
well,
confused.
yes.
Yeah.
Like he's not there, God, so why should I be? So now I'm like, well, God, I had to let that go and
Right.
realize I had to do what you wanted me to do. And ever since then, it's like God has been just delivering me daily on through everything I've done in life.
Wow. I want to start right here with this first chapter because I think every woman, if they don't agree to this, they lying to themselves. You know, you cannot make him do right.
That's true. We think because we're a mother that we can be the mother to the husband. I'm sorry. You cannot. That's something you can't do. You cannot be his mother. You have to learn to be his wife and his friend and his lover. Those are the things you're meant to be. But you're not meant to try to make him be grown. You're not meant to make him be a man. That's something
Yeah.
he should already be.
Yeah.
And we try to rush into something to be with a man, but he's not ready for us, which means he can't be my leader if he's not ready to lead himself.
Right, right.
So that was
And
a
he can't
problem.
love you the way you desire to love
That's
if he doesn't
right.
love himself.
That's true.
Yeah.
So true. And I think that's the problem a lot of times with relationships. We're jumping into relationships. We're a microwave world right now because everything we do is quick. We can go to our phone and find anything. We can microwave our food and get it done, but you can't do that with love.
Right.
You have to
right.
take your time and get to know that person
Right.
because it's a lifelong commitment.
I'm telling you, and some people that are watching right now, I can hear them saying, yes, yes, that's me. They just don't want to put it on social media, but
Yes.
yes, that's me. What was the one thing you were trying to make him to be the person that you wanted him to be? What were you trying
my goodness.
or why were you trying to transform? I know there's a what, but why were you trying to transform?
Because I felt like when you said to me, you wanted to be this man that God created you to be, then it was my job to help you be that person. I felt like, okay, well, you're going to stop doing this, you're going to stop doing that, and let's figure this out. I've written out a whole plan. I'm sitting here and made a whole 5-year plan,
Jesus.
and he hadn't even got past the first month yet. I'm already in 5 years, and he's like, wait, no, you said you wanted to do this, so let's go. So I made this plan, but he wasn't ready for it.
And at the same time, you're pushing him away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Men don't like to be dictated to.
They don't. They act like they do, but they don't.
They want to be respected. And if you
That's
don't
it.
give them the respect that they need, they'll turn and go the opposite direction.
And even the men that let you lead them, they
Yeah.
don't want to be led.
Yeah.
They just kind of want you there.
Yeah.
They don't want you to be the woman that can build them, but be quiet.
Yeah. You know, I guess because of the way that my dad was, it's one of those things where you have to know how to change hats.
That's true.
Especially when you're independent women like we are. If you're in a relationship or if you're married, you have to learn how to submit. It's like change hats. Even though I'm Tammie Tubbs, the host, and all these
That's
different
so
things,
true.
when I come home, okay,
Have to
those
be
hats
something
come off.
different, yes.
You know, even the hair changes. I'm just gonna be honest.
That's true.
You become, because you don't want to be so domineering that it's like, I told you to do this. Why don't you do this? You
That's
you
true.
don't want to become the
That's true.
mother. So you have to just, yes, honey, whatever you need. So you have to be able to stroke that ego.
That's so true. And I used to watch my mom. She was
Yeah.
professional.
Yeah.
I don't see how she did it because I was a teacher just like she was. And it's like you're at school all day talking to these kids, trying to keep them in line. And you have to come home and be something totally different.
You change hats.
Yes, but she was so good at it, and I'm like, how did she do this?
But most women miss it because if you've had a long day at work, you come home mad,
Oh, my
frustrated, and
goodness.
upset, and even vice versa. Sometimes
Yes.
they will have a long day at work, and they'll come home mad, frustrated, won't talk. And so as a woman, you want to just snatch them up, but then
That's
it's like,
true.
okay, Holy Ghost,
Calm down.
you know, give him a break, let him sit in the chair, calm down, do whatever he needs to do, and then when he's ready to speak, all right, then we'll speak. But
That's it.
as a woman, you have to be able to hear God again, wait before you speak.
That's it.
Did you learn that the hard way through this book?
I did. I realized when I was writing, I was like, girl, it wasn't all him. It was you too, because
Right.
you weren't waiting. My mother used to always say, take care of home.
Yeah.
And when I started writing the book, I realized what she was saying, and I used to think about the things she would do for my dad. When he would come in the house, she'd have everything at his chair, ready for him to just sit down and relax and just, get his stuff together, because he was a teacher as well. But then when I was little, I didn't realize my father was working other jobs too.
Wow.
So he was one of those men that made sure home was taken care of.
Right.
But Mama had to realize when he would come in, it had to be peace for him.
Right.
We couldn't bother Daddy.
Right.
Except for me, I was going to jump in his lap. I just don't care. But Daddy had to have peace for a little while before you went to bother him. And that's something I had to realize.
Yeah. Because again, you said the microwave society. We as women, we want to know what, when, where, and how.
Right
Give me
then.
some answers. Talk to me. But then you have to come to your senses again and wait, be still.
Yes.
When they want to
Yes.
talk, let them talk. And I don't know why I'm bringing this up, because I have to go to a commercial break, but I just hear this in my spirit, so I have to share this with some woman that's watching me right now. I know you want to know what, when, where, and how. Just be still. Just hold your horses, as my grandfather would say. Just hold your horses. Shirley Caesar, let me
Hold 'em you.
and be still. Because the thing of it is, when you talk too much, because we talk a lot, most men don't.
That's true.
Men are observant. So they observe a lot and they hear what they want to hear. However, we sometimes have to make sure that the home is at peace.
Yes.
Because they fight a battle in the world that we're in as, African American man or whatever the case may be. So when they come home, they want peace and sanity.
That's true.
And if you can't get peace and sanity in your own home, then they're going to go elsewhere.
And we don't need that.
Yeah. So that's why I said, hey, did you have to learn that the hard way? Because I'm looking at the next chapter where it says the drama and the pain.
Yes, because you put yourself through the drama and the pain. Like you said, by not waiting, not giving that peace.
Yeah.
Not realizing who he is as a man at that time and nurturing who he is at that time. Even if he wants to be somebody else in the future, you have to still nurture that man who he is now.
Right.
So he can be.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of women want, we want him to be who he's supposed to be right then.
Right then.
It's not time yet.
Did you find yourself praying a lot?
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. You know what? Even though I was a minister's child, I never had the prayer life I should have had. But I think that was God's way of making me have that prayer life.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You put yourself in the situation.
Oh, yes.
You wanted this man, so
Yes.
guess what? You're going to pray your way out of this.
Yes. Yes.
Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. I think that happens with everything in life. We want to pray and ask God for things, but we already put ourselves in that situation.
Right.
And then it causes us to want to pray more and more. We're on our knees. Oh, God, please. But you have to realize who put you in that situation. That was you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to come back after this commercial break because there's more. Oh, the Diary of a Hurt and Confused Wife and One Last Try. Reclaim your marriage, your love. It's just time to reclaim your life. I'm just
Yes.
excited that you're here today. We're going to talk a little bit more of how to reposition yourself, how to reinvent yourself to get all the things that God really purposed for you in life. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yeah, such a beautiful day.
No, I don't know though. I'm scared. I mean, it's scared, but you're so
Life is passing by so fast. Say
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
Welcome to Creation Minute. I'm Eric Hovind. In this episode, we want to discuss how big is big. To find that out, let's go to the simulation room. With a diameter of nearly 8,000 miles, the Earth is big. But not that big when you compare it to, say, Jupiter or even the Sun. Or when you step outside of our solar system, stars like Arcturus or Antares. And just when you don't think it could get any bigger, it does. Wow. That's the Earth. Kind of puts things in perspective, doesn't it? No wonder God says, heaven is my throne and the earth my footstool. To learn more about creation, visit us at creationminute.com.
Hey, we're back, and I'm still sitting here having a woman-to-woman conversation with Miss D. She's putting it down here on the Tammie Tubbs Show. One last try to reclaim your marriage, your love, but not only that, to reclaim your life. It's time for you to get your life back together. We all go through devastation, heartaches, pains, and things happen, but you have to make the ultimate decision of what are you going to do, what do you need to do, and how are you going to get past this hurt? We've all been there, heartbroken, devastated, but you have to move forward.
That's true.
So how did you move forward from not just one husband, the second husband?
Oh my goodness. I think I jumped into the second husband.
Jesus. So you were never able to really heal.
I didn't. I never did heal. I was at home with my kids trying to figure out what to do next. I just finished school. I was working 3 jobs and going to college. Mom and Dad was helping me. And here it is. I went off to go sing at a concert and I met my second husband. And funny thing about it is he and I laugh about it all the time because we're still friends. And we walk by each other. He said my name. I said his name. We still don't know how we know each other.
Wow.
And ever since then, we just connected. We were friends. The funny thing about it is we were friends before we stepped into anything, but I think we still weren't ready.
Wow. Wow. How did you get out? How did God provide a way of escape?
You know what? He provided several ways of escape, but for some reason, this escape hasn't happened yet completely. But the first escape was me asking God to just get me away from this situation because he wasn't ready. I had gotten ready, but he wasn't.
How did you know he wasn't?
When I had someone to just literally call me, harass me, and I asked him, what's going on? He lied about it several times, but finally he came forth and told me, I got a baby on the way. And that's when it broke me, but I still said, okay, God, you prepared me for this. I can help deal with this. But when his family said no, there's no way she could possibly love a child that's not hers and still want to be with you. And he left.
Wow.
And that's when I was just like, oh my God, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
This is the man that everybody has prophesied that we're going to be this power couple that's going to be ministering and singing for you, and he's gone. What am I going to do now? So that's what caused me to understand that, okay, God, is you now. You're going to be my first love. You take my heart. You keep it until it's time.
Wow. How did you move forward? Because it seems like almost like a state of embarrassment. Especially because you said something when people prophesy. And one thing I've learned, people will prophesy, lie, but if it doesn't come to pass, it wasn't God. And when people prophesy, in my opinion, it's more of a confirmation for you. God should have already told you. But like you said, I should have never been married to him in the first place. You know, so many times we're waiting for a word from somebody else, but it's like, it should be confirmation, the next step in your life. But again, it's like, this prophecy did not come to pass. He has a baby on the way. This is a hot mess.
Oh my goodness.
So how did you get yourself together as a woman?
Truthfully, like I've heard you say before, I was on the verge of killing myself. I was actually doing it in the process of doing it when my daughter called me. Wow. She was at her father's house, my first husband's house, and she called me, and I was like, hello? She was like, hey, Mom. She was just so happy, and my son gets on the phone, and he's so happy, and then I get out the phone with him, and God was like, you can't go anywhere. They still need you. And that was my wake-up call. Girl, get it together. It's not about you anymore. My dad used to always say, because I'm the child, I'm the baby girl, I'm spoiled. But when my kids came, girl, it's not about you anymore.
Right.
So that's when I had to realize I had to get it together for them. And that's when I just started going through this. I started doing the 40-day love dare with my husband. You know, the one that was from Fireproof.
Yeah.
I did it twice, back to back. Nothing
The first
happened.
time didn't work. So you said, Lord, let me do it again.
Try it again.
Try again.
Yeah, and nothing happened. And I was like, okay, so God, you had to change me. I began to change in the process. I began to see a new woman in the process. He was like, girl, it wasn't about you. It wasn't about you being with him. It was about me fixing you.
So, in other words, you thought the love dare was going to change him like it did in the movie.
Yes.
But God was changing you because you were.
He was like, girl, let me tell you something. You got to fix this. And I was like, oh my goodness.
Isn't that amazing?
I started seeing myself like it wasn't him all the time. It was you too. So he had to fix me.
Wow.
And that's when I met my co-writer for this book, Bishop Marcus Hill, and we were talking about what he was doing. Actually, we never met face to face yet. We just met on Facebook.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about what happened with him, and I was telling him, and I said, well, I was thinking about doing this book called One Last Try. And he was like, why? And I started telling him why. He was like, oh my God.
Wow. Same experience, huh?
Same experiences. And it's really fun. We only been married one time though. I've been married twice.
Wow.
But he had the same experiences. It seemed like with both marriages combined into one.
Isn't that amazing how
It
God
is.
will divinely connect you to someone so that you all can be a blessing to so many people
Yes.
with these books? But not only are you an author, not only are you a motivational speaker, not only you're a playwright, but television, media.
Yes.
God has taken all of those experiences and allowed you to become this woman of God that is like a pillar in the community there in Alabama and nationally, internationally to connect with other people. Tell me more when I say OnPoint Network. How did that birth out?
I've always loved doing anything dealing with media, entertainment. It didn't matter. So I've always done things with those. But it was like, okay, God, I'm ready to do this. My parents were like, no, you need to teach. My father he was adamant about it. Went to school for music, but he was like, baby girl, you need to teach.
Yeah.
So I followed my father's dreams for me. And then eventually God said, no. In the whole process of all this stuff that's happening, he was like, no, I need you to follow the dreams I have for you.
You stopped teaching.
I did. I stopped teaching this year and just stepped on into my television network.
Faith.
Yes.
Just walked out cold turkey faith.
Cold turkey. And I said, God, if this is what you want me to do and you keep showing this to me, I know you have my back. Now, you know how it is to be a teacher. You get that check every month.
Watch my face.
Yes.
Yeah.
So not have that comfort zone come in every month. I was scared, but God said, no, I have you.
Yeah.
He said, I placed so many gifts inside of you that I can birth whatever you need out of you.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand that. We're working jobs and we're doing things we're not happy with because we feel we have to have that
Cushion.
comfort zone. But God said, no, I've given you too many gifts
Yes.
for you to be comfortable.
Yeah.
For you to, he said, I'm going to shake your world up. When I tell you that last 2 months of teaching was like, God, please get me out of here. And he's like, I'm doing this because I'm getting ready to elevate you.
And when you know it's time to shift, it's like you're complaining. Everything
yes.
gets on your nerves. You're not happy anymore. You're having to fight to get out of bed. That's when you know it's time to check out.
Yes,
Literally, it's time to
go.
check out. That there's more for your life. There's another purpose, a plan that God really has. So you leave teaching. You trust in God, walking in faith, and you decide, you know what? I'm going to launch a television network. Not only is it on the Roku, not only, oh my God, Amazon Fire Stick.
Yes.
I can go to my iPhone. You have the OnPoint app where you can watch it on your phone. Has God blown your mind?
He did, because you know what? I was going to go through a company and do it, and that fell through. And then my partner was like, stop worrying.
He blocked it for
he
you.
did it for a reason. He was like, no, we're going to do this. He was like, because God does not want us to be in a box.
Right.
Because God is not a box. And when we realized who God was to both of us, my partner he's an amazing Grammy Award winning producer, but he has realized who God is to him. And when I sit down to write sermons, he's on the phone helping me like, okay, put this on your sermon. Okay. That's when we realized that God was doing something we didn't see.
Much bigger.
Yes.
But you had to walk in faith in order to do it. And the blessing of it is not even about you.
No, it's not.
Because a lot of the people that are on your network whose shows are being seen, you don't have to find them. God divinely connects you.
Oh my goodness.
Would that be true?
That is so true.
Yeah.
It's like I'll be someone's friend or someone else, and then all of a sudden inbox me, or I'm walking somewhere, I go to a program and they'll mention something and I'm like, you know what, God did this for a purpose. And I'm like, just wait, let's just do this.
Yeah.
And people are just so amazed, like, you're giving me a chance. No, it's not me giving you a chance, it's God, because whatever platform he needs you to be on and he
Right.
needs to be heard, it's there.
Right.
You'll be amazed. There's a gentleman who I met on Facebook, and he talks about love all the time. And it's so encouraging, because I can imagine if there's a woman who's not as strong as me, who's been through something, and might read his post and be like, okay, I can believe in love again. And I inboxed him and I told him, I said, I think you need to do a show. Because God has put something into you that's birthing
You
so
saw
much.
a vision for what he was
Yes,
doing.
Yes, and he was like, really? And I was like, yes. So he and I are working on that now, because there are so many men and women who have given up on love.
Yeah.
And there are so many young people who haven't seen love
Right.
in their lives that they don't know what it is.
Right.
So
And there are a lot of men who have been hurt, that are broken.
Yes, that's true.
That will never, ever probably be restored unless God does it for them.
That's
You
true.
know?
That's so
they
true.
just, they will not. I'll just say that.
No.
Because they've been hurt. They've played the game. And then when they did open their heart to receive, they were broken. And so it's like, I'll never trust again. But God can do the impossible.
That's true.
And I say that because somebody that's watching me right now, you desire, because I hear so many people say, I just want to be loved.
That's true.
Until you understand what God love is like and you experience it, then you'll recognize when he sends that better half, or that better than better half.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think the problem is the devil knows that our men can't be strong.
Yeah.
And if you put a strong woman behind a strong man,
Yeah.
God can get so much glory out of the situation. So he'll send someone to break his heart.
Yeah.
To the point where he doesn't want to love anymore.
And when he does send someone, there comes that, I'm not going to say a strong woman. I'm going to say a Holy Ghost filled anointed woman.
Yes.
To be able to see between, oh, he's hurt, he's broken. God, he getting on my nerves. Oh, my goodness. But to be patient.
That's true.
And to pray. And to be able to be there. You know, sometimes you may just need to be there as a friend.
That's true.
Nothing sexual, but to be able to just pray, God, heal his heart, because you see something greater in him.
That's it.
There's a kingdom
That's it.
purpose behind why he's going through what he's going through. So that's powerful. When you put two strong people together, you have a kingdom couple.
That's true.
That's doing anointed things. And the devil doesn't like that. He doesn't want it.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. He doesn't want it. Yeah.
And I think, like you said, women, when we went back to the microwave, we want to go through things fast. You have to learn to slow down and to be that friend.
Right.
Let God show you, because if you're going to be with a strong man, a religious-based man, you have to have a discerning spirit to be that person behind him. Like when you play in chess, the queen is the one that's watching over that king.
Yes.
You got to be that person. You got to know what's going on around him, because he's not paying attention all
Not
the
at
time.
all.
So you got to be stronger in God too.
Yes. It's like a covering.
Yes.
He covers you, you cover him.
That's true.
And you have to have discernment.
That's true.
You have to have discernment. I pray that you all that are watching have really been taking some wisdom nuggets from Miss D, because I'm telling you, she's anointed, phenomenal, and a woman full of wisdom. Your experiences were not in vain.
That's true.
So I thank you for getting up, getting back on the horse and riding out your divine purpose, because God is the best is yet to come.
Yes.
He's about to open the door. I just see the contract,
Yes, bring 'em,
overflow,
God. Bring 'em.
blessings. I just see that right now. So somebody that's watching, if they're interested and they may have a possible show or idea for a show, how can they connect with you, and how can you make that happen for them?
Okay, you can connect with us. You can go to our website, onpointnetwork.tv, or you can email us at onpointchannel@gmail.com and tell us your show idea, or tell us what movies you might have or anything. Trust and believe that if God poured it into you, he's going to allow somebody to pour back into you to make sure it happens. Don't give up.
Amen. Amen. That's the word. One last try.
Yes.
Whether it's a dream, a vision,
Yes.
a business idea, whatever it is, one last try. I'm reminded when they were fishing, he said, at thy word,
Yes.
they launched back out. So launch back out into the deep, walk on the water, and watch God overflow you with blessings, multiplication, favor, increase, and provision. Well, my time is definitely up. Miss D, thank you so very much. I love you. Continue to watch the Tammie Tubbs Show. Connect with me at TammieTubbs.net. Send me some information. Or if you would like to be a guest on the show, I would love to have you here. Love you. God bless you. And remember, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Until then, be blessed.